the Power Hour Podcast with your host, Mark Warren and Tracy Molinette.
Graduates, you may now move your tassel from one side to the other. You're watching the Power Hour Podcast. And it's the back to school episode. Because what does everyone want to think about back to school? Not me. I don't really care. As you can see, graduated.
Yes.
And as you could see, gym teacher.
Yeah, I didn't have my robe. So next best thing, I'm a gym teacher. I got a whistle. I worked really hard on this whistle. Do you think it looks like a whistle?
It looks like a whistle
Vaguely?
in theory.
Okay.
It looks like a theoretical whistle. No? Hey, put it in the comments. Does it look like a whistle?
Yeah, let me know. I worked hard on it. This
Tracy.
is a string from my birthday balloon, so it's a little something from everywhere.
How have you been, buddy?
Oh, good. I've been working a lot. It's not fun. Not fun. I wish we could live in a world where we didn't have to do that and we could just hang out.
I would love that. I would love to be able to just make these all the time. This is way better than work.
Yeah.
Since our last, you had a big thing happen to you. You're pushing 30 now officially. You're 22.
No, that's not what's happening. Pushing 30 is anyone older than me. So
I thought pushing
I'm
30 was
yet.
22, and so I believe you are pushing 30.
No, that's not true. That's not true, Mark. Stop telling people
Can we
that.
do it? Can we do a joint midlife crisis?
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I hope this isn't my midlife, but
No,
I don't know.
but
I
I'm
got a
talking
lot
about,
of
like, when we
histories
hit
of
it in
stuff
a year
my
or two.
family. Oh, well, knowing us, we'll probably time it around the same time. It's true. I don't know what that would look like for us. I think it would be, I imagine, we got really involved in making a short film, and it was really terrible. It's terrible, and everyone tells us it's terrible. And we're like, no, it's and we tell ourselves something like we're inventing a new genre. Like, this is literally a new genre, bro. Like, this is literally a new genre, bro, and it's just about something scary in the woods. Mm-hmm. Or it's something about,
every camera shot's just, at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
It just makes you feel so disoriented.
And get this. It's in black and white. Yeah.
I think we've got something special on our hands.
We should probably cut this part, honestly, because I don't want anybody to take our idea.
Yeah, I think we've come up with an idea too good.
Yeah, so Mark, make sure you cut this or everything's ruined.
Cut it.
Okay.
And then we're back in 3, 2, 1. So Tracy, what's your Don't Even Get Me Started this week?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for asking. It's honestly a little bit on topic. Don't even get me started on people who call a movie weird in a negative way. I don't like the word weird. The word weird to me, it literally means nothing. And I feel like I watched a little movie film called Weapons over the weekend.
A moving picture.
Yes, they have those now. And it was really, really good. Did I tell you that, Mark? It was really, really good.
You texted me about it.
And I feel like I'm seeing so many things, and I know it's my fault. I'm on Twitter, and it's all rage-bait, and everybody's just circling in a spiral of nothingness. But I'm seeing a lot of people but I also saw it on Letterboxd, and those people can be trusted, because not just anybody can go on Letterboxd and leave a review for a movie.
Those are the only highest qualified candidates.
Yeah, it was just the weirdest movie ever. It's this was so weird, and but in a bad way. I feel like weird can be a good word.
Weird. I just rewatched Hereditary, and that is a weird movie, but it is a phenomenal movie. Yeah,
but I feel like that. But when you say it like that, it's kind of not in a negative way. But some people are just it's just weird.
I think it's just weird. A bad descriptor, because it's it doesn't mean anything.
And I know this is so small and so nitpicky, but that's what this is for. Okay.
Yeah. No, but it's just such a poor descriptor, because there are so many things. What does weird even mean?
That's what I mean. What do you mean it was weird in that it was original, or it was different than something you would see? What was it weird? I didn't because I didn't think it was a weird movie, and I don't know that I would. Not Midsummer. Hereditary. Hereditary is, I would say, that was weird, but good. But I would say Weapons was a weird movie. There's a weird part. Maybe, but I wouldn't say it's weird, but I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I agree with that one. That's got the Power Hour stamp of approval.
I just like people to elaborate more because I like knowing people's opinions on things.
I look like a judge in this. I like that. Give
Yeah,
me a
you do.
gavel. Bye.
We should do a court episode and you could be a judge.
I was gonna find my hat, but I couldn't find my hat, and so I'm wearing a black baseball hat instead. Also, can I say this? The graduation hats are so stupid, and they look so stupid on me because I've got a huge head, and so they just look dumb.
Mark, we're gonna get there. We got high school coming up. We're talking about high school. We gotta go chronologically. But first, you have to do. Don't even get me started, okay? Do you remember how we do this? Come on.
Okay, sorry. My don't even get me started is actually I should have saved it for next week's episode because it's a positive. Don't even get me started. My don't even get me started is don't even get me started on how much I love compact comics. So I think comic books are really cool, but I've never really been able to get into them because you need so many comic books to follow a story. But now they're selling these things called compact comics, which just take all the bits of a story from like each comic and puts them together into one book. So I have the Batman Hush comic. And so it's from all the comics that contain storylines for the Hush storyline. And it's put into one book, so you could just spend, $20 on a book. And you get to read the whole story rather than getting like 20 comic books and having to store 20 comic books and buy 20 comic books.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool.
That is super cool. I really want to look into those because I love the idea of comics, but they're really overwhelming. Like
it's so
a
hard
lot
to get
going
into.
on.
And so I found
Yeah.
like these like lists that's like here's all the Batman compact comics you need to get. And so it's like you start with this one, then you do this one. You can really follow the Batman storyline. And so it's just really cool because you're able to get basically the comic book experience without all the bad stuff of the comic book experience. And so it's great. I've read genuinely like half of this book, and it's a bigger book in the past like 3 days. Shout out Mrs. Molinex.
Loves reading.
Every time I read, I do think of her and hope that I'm making her proud. So
I'll have to let her know that you're reading. Mm-hmm. She'll be very happy to hear that.
But yeah, that's mine. I just love those. I think they're so much fun, and it lets me enjoy comic books without dealing with the 20 billion comic books. So
yeah, I like that. It makes a daunting thing.
I set a little teaser for next week. Next week is the Positivity Hour. We are known from time to time to be a little negative in life. And so next episode, not next week, 2 weeks from now, we're going to be putting out a 100% positive episode. Mm-hmm. And if at any point throughout the episode we aren't positive, there will be some form of a punishment, which we have not yet decided on. And so stick around for that.
We should have decided to tell the people.
We have a few ideas, but you'll have to tune in to see what it is because I would mostly bet that there will be multiple times where we break the positivity rule.
No, not me. I'm not losing. We need to make the punishment bad so that we're really.
But yeah, so I hope everyone's excited for that. Also, another thing, if you have a Don't Even Get Me Started, send them in for the Deggable sweepstakes. Don't even get you started. You could be featured on this podcast, which seems like not many people want to be. Do you think it's because of the allegations that we have, they don't want to be associated with us?
Oh, are those out?
Mm-hmm. The Wall Street Journal just posted the story.
They told me I would have another month to prepare.
Tracy, obviously we are dressed in the form. It is mid-August, which means it's back to school. A lot of places have already gone back to school. But we want to do a back to school episode and talk about our experience, maybe share some know-how. We went through what? A lot of school. 21 years of school, pretty much. So.
Kinda. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
And you're going back to school soon.
Well, no, you're not in school like the first couple years.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it's like you're like 5 when you start school, so that's 7.
So, okay, Mark, we could do this math literally so easy. 12 plus whatever we did in college. So
12 plus 3, that's 15 years.
15, okay. And you were like 21 years. That is not accounting.
I think what this proves is that I should have been in school for longer than that. They shouldn't
I
have let
wasn't
me
gonna
get
say
a
it.
degree without taking less math classes.
We took a concerningly little amount of math when I really think about it, because I was thinking about it and I was like, God, when was the last time I really had to do math? Quite some time. I don't know if I'd know how.
I think since I was 17, I've taken 2 math classes. That was
I
5
mean,
years ago.
We've had very similar schedules. I've imagined I have the same statistic.
I would assume you are. But we're gonna go through, give some advice, talk about some stories about our time in school.
I like the idea of us giving advice, as though anyone is listening to this who's younger than us.
I don't know if you've seen the statistics. We're big in kindergartens. The kindergartners love the Power Hour.
We're like Cocomelon for like disgruntled babies who are already like
who are already just over it.
Speaking of kindergarten, what's your earliest school memory, like in a school environment?
I remember my kindergarten teacher's name, but I could not tell you. I kind of remember the classroom. The first school memory was probably first grade. I remember going into my class at the start of the year and going, I moved over summer.
Oh, you remembered letting everybody know?
Yeah, I was telling the folks who didn't know me that I had moved.
I moved! Had you just moved there? Or no, because you always lived.
I always lived, but it was when I had moved from Sagal into Sandpoint proper, into the house that you know.
Oh, I see. And you had to let people know, like, that's why you don't know me. I moved.
Well, no, because I had gone to kindergarten at that school. I just wanted
you were just letting people know.
Yeah,
well,
just so they can know where
people
to
like to
find me.
know. People like to, yeah, you gotta let people know that you moved. I think that's a big thing. And it's important. Did you ask any of them for help?
For moving? No, I don't think I did much moving.
You don't want to... Whoa, okay. Non-contributor Mark over here. Just watching everybody else go. I don't know if this was... I think this was kindergarten, or it might have been first grade. I remember I got in trouble for really punching a kid on the slide. Because I was really wailing on him because we were playing a game. Some kind of game that... And I think he, like... Oh, I think it was Cops and Robbers, and I was a cop, and I thought,
some striking political commentary from 5-year-old Tracy.
He did some bad stuff. I don't know, and I went too far, because I'm method, and I've always have been, and yeah, I guess I was very.
I was wailing on him.
I was really wailing on the kid, but we were best friends, and.
That seems like a common theme, because you've also hit me quite a bit. I mean, rightfully so, the reasons you've hit me, because it was whenever I would make fun of you.
It was also political commentary, but other topics, various topics.
Do you have a favorite grade from, and what are we counting as elementary school? Because I did kindergarten through 5th grade. That was my elementary school.
That was also mine. I believe that is it, and then middle is 6 to 8.
Some people in Sandpoint, for a lot of places, it's kindergarten to 6, and then middle school is 7, 8. But we're gonna count elementary as K5.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna count, because that's what I did. But I have heard of that. I've heard of like middle or elementary schools where like you can choose, like you want to stay here. Oh well, I guess no matter what you could choose.
Yeah. So elementary is K5. Do you have a favorite grade, like a favorite, and do you have a least favorite? This isn't the positivity hour yet. We can complain.
Oh my gosh, I don't know about least favorite. I don't know. I don't remember them too distinctly as anything. I remember, and I could totally be wrong about this, but I do feel pretty confident. I think in 3rd grade is when every kid in California has to do the mission project, where you build a California mission.
Oh.
Oh, you thought it was like we had to accomplish a task?
Well, I thought it was
cooler.
I thought it was like Mission Impossible. You guys had to learn how to do a stunt.
Yeah, we had to save some obscure European country from disaster. No, you have to build a mission, and I think it's 3rd grade. I think. Oh my gosh, I don't know. It could be later. That seems really seems like a big deal for 3rd grade. But.
For Idaho, our state history our like big state history stuff was in 4th grade.
Maybe it's 4th grade. I should just look this up.
You should look up.
And
I
then I
will
can
tell
give
you
you-
because I remember
Yeah,
my
you tell
favorite and
me.
least favorite. My favorite was 4th grade. Every Friday we had a spelling test, and if you did good enough on the spelling test, you got candy, and you got a chance to sit in the special chair for the next week. It was like a
What was
super
the
comfy
special
chair.
chair?
It was like a super comfy, like inflatable chair. And I always got Skittles. I loved the Skittles, the red Skittles specifically. But you get like one of those fun size packs. And I remember I got to sit in the special chair one time because, despite what some people may say, and despite what I'll say now, I was awful at spelling, but I did great on spelling tests because I would always study super hard for them, so I could get Skittles and get a chance to sit in the chair.
See, that just confirms my theory about you that I truly believe you could master any skill in the name of competition.
You know what? That is true. Yeah.
I don't even think you're competitive necessarily.
I am.
Well, I do think you're competitive, but I think competitive has negative connotations.
Mm-hmm.
Where like someone who's competitive is like really obnoxious about it. I don't think you're obnoxious about it for the most part. But I don't think you're obnoxious about it. I think you just are very like driven to be like, I want to win. I want to win, and I don't need to be rude about it, but I want to win.
I love being the best and the best person in a room at any given thing. And I think
That's
that
drive,
is,
baby.
I think that's apparent in anything I've ever done, because there's no reason. Well, and we'll get into college later, but there's no reason I should have been doing some of the stuff I was doing in student media as young as I was doing it. That was quite stupid. My least favorite, though, because I do remember my least favorite, it was in 5th grade, and that's when my anxiety started. I remember that.
Oh.
Because I did not like my teachers.
It's a good pick. That's a good pick. I want to correct you were right. It's 4th grade because it's state. It's 4th grade.
Best again.
It's possible. I think. Well, I went to like a weird primary school, and like 3rd and 4th grade was.
Oh, I could tell.
I don't know why I said primary school. Like I'm suddenly British. I meant to say private elementary school, and they had 3rd and 4th grade together, and there were goats there and peacocks, and it was a whole thing. And they named a turkey after me after I left, and then the day later, a girl who's still with her, she texted me. She's like, "By the way, we named a turkey after you." I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" And then the next day, she was like, "It died. It got hit by a car because they had so many animals right next to a highway." And
Okay, so you've moved around a lot. How many elementary schools did you go to? Because what you did, you were Sacramento, you've been in Portland, you've done
yeah,
Post
well, I
Falls.
only did 8th grade in Portland, so I did 3 elementary schools. There were 1 in Idaho, 2 in California, 4 if you count a single afternoon of homeschooling, at the end of which my mom and I mutually decided no hard feelings. This is not going to work. This is just
Can I give my
not the right match.
Can I give my first piece of advice? And something that just like as I was thinking about elementary school popped into my head. Keep your desk clean, guys, all right? You know those like desks that you get in elementary school with like and you're just throwing things in there. And then you don't know what's in there, and then you cleaned out at the end of the year and there's like $1 billion in there.
Yeah, literally that would be the craziest part at the end, cleaning it all out, and you're like, "Oh my god, I had treasures. I had actual treasures." That would
You find like all the
so
crayons
cool.
you were looking for.
Yes. Say that word again.
Crayons.
Wait, have we
Crayons.
established how you say it? You say crayon.
I say crayon.
Okay. That's
How
what
do you
I thought.
say it?
Crayon.
Crayon.
I can't think about it too much. I hate
I
when people
feel-
ask me because then I start thinking about it and then I
I
don't
feel
know.
British if
crayon.
I say crayon.
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 Do you have the crayon?
How do you say caramel?
Caramel.
Caramel.
I don't
good.
know. You a caramel guy?
I'm a caramel guy.
Yeah, I like caramel. Why lengthen it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I feel the same about crayon.
Fair point. I was never criticizing, to be clear. I just
No.
was
I was just saying where I am
clarifying.
at.
Clarifying.
But yeah, I mean, keep the desk clean. And in relation to that, one of my favorite parts about the school year was before the school year started. You go to Walmart and you get your school supply list. You go look for your school, look for your class, and you pick out the supply list. You go, here's everything I need to get, and you get to go through the back to school section.
Yeah, that was what a rush. Because I love office supplies. I don't know why. I have an obsession with it.
I remember in
But-
college, you would just go hang out in the Staples. You were just chatting up. And now, what paper do you like?
Well, I'm just talking shop with the guys. Gotta talk to the experts. But I'm glad you brought up the shopping because that's really the only notes that I had. For elementary school, number one, why were we buying protractors in elementary school? We never used them. We never once did anything with protractors in elementary school, but there it was on the list every single year.
I don't know if I'd be able to use a protractor today. If someone handed me a protractor and said draw an angle, I don't know. I bet I could. Okay, I'm thinking about it right now. I could.
Okay. I think I could. I mean, I don't remember. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done that, but I remember finally getting to use protractors, and I was so excited because it's like we've been buying these things every time, and we never get to use them. And then the other thing I thought about was, you remember when the crayon sharpeners came out, the box that had the sharpener in it? Hello,
That changed
are
everything.
you kidding me?
That changed everything, really.
I never got one.
No, me neither.
I never got one, but I always admired the idea of it. In fact, I don't think I ever saw anybody with one, but I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah, no, but I loved school. Like, it was like, oh, you go find, you need one of these, you need like 3 boxes of Kleenex. Another thing before school would start that I loved is when they would post the class lists and you'd get to and they'd have them on the door of the school, and so you'd get to go up and see which of your friends was in your class, and then be disappointed that none of your friends were in your class.
Oh my god, that was the worst, and it literally felt like the end of the world.
Mm-hmm. Because it was like, oh my god, all my friends are gonna go have fun without me in the other class.
Yeah, literally, like, guess I'm alone forever. Perfect.
And it's like, yeah, I'll see them at recess, but like recess is only such a small part of the day.
Yeah, and then you can always make new friends, is what I meant to say. You can always make new friends, and you always did, but it felt like it didn't matter, and it never would.
It felt like, and I think that's one of those things, and like, I think I look back at especially like elementary, middle, and high school, where everything felt like the biggest deal in the world, and nothing mattered.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh my god, I don't have any friends in my class. That is the easiest time to make friends, is when you're like 8 years old.
Oh my god, that's for real. Like, it's so... Making friends as an adult is exhausting.
It's so tough, and because you can't, something that we have both talked about is, how much we would love to be able to just go up to a person and say, hey, you want to be friends?
No,
but instead
I
it's
remember,
like this
yes,
cat and mouse game.
I loved that, and maybe I do think there are people who, I think it just depends on personalities.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that there are people out there who just go out and easily make friends, but I don't think those are the majority of the people.
No.
And no, but that was like the coolest part about making friends in elementary school, is literally flat out, you want to be friends? All right, perfect, done, we're good. There's a mutual thing here. Let's explore, see what happens. Okay, we'll just hang out over here, over there.
But in once you're past elementary school, it's such a political game trying to meet people and make friends.
Oh yeah, there's so much betrayal.
But yeah, no, those class lists. If you saw your best friends were in the same class as you, best feeling in the world. Truly.
Yeah.
Another thing for me, I don't know if you had this. Did you guys do the marble thing in elementary school?
Which marble thing? We did a lot of marble things, I feel like.
Marbles were a big deal. You would collect marbles, and you'd play your own version of marbles that was not the actual game of marbles. And how'd you store your marbles?
Like little bags,
Did you do inverted Crown Royale bags?
Oh no.
That's what we. If you didn't have the inverted Crown Royale bag, you were not playing marbles right.
This nerd over here.
I think my parents got Crown Royale just because I wanted the bag.
They were willing to support. I do remember marbles weirdly being a thing at some point, at least for 1 year. I don't think I really got into it.
Marbles were a big thing for a long time. Kendamas were also big for us.
Oh,
I know kendamas.
my gosh.
I was never good. Were you good at it?
No, never. Was that elementary school? I felt like no. I guess that. Nah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
For us, it was elementary. It was elementary through middle school.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember it in middle school too. No, maybe I don't. I don't know. It's
still
so hard
have
because I went to
mine somewhere. It was a yellow kendama, but I could never get the spike. I could never get the spike.
no. Oh, never, ever. I
Maybe the
remember
big
having
cup.
one. Big cup?
Like you like landed on the big cup.
Oh
Like
yeah,
this.
I'm a pro at that. Oh, do it one more time. Oh, why do you look so scary when you you're like? Is that how you did it?
Yeah, that's why I didn't. That's why it was tough for me to make friends.
Oh.
Because I'm just
Okay.
standing in the corner.
Can you get it in the big cup? Want to be my friend? Oh, and that also, and the downside of that, if you didn't want to, no, I don't want to be friends. All right.
Yeah.
So nice. I feel like I
yeah.
kind of do that though as an adult. I feel like I make it pretty clear when I'm not feeling someone.
Yeah. I don't know. I have. This is not a brag at all. I've got so many friends right now, where it's tough enough, where it's just it's hard for me to like balance any more friendship, and so.
So you'd like to go? Sorry, I just don't. But if any spots open up, maybe I could put you on a list.
But so I'm sure what I'm doing right now is closing myself off to more friendship opportunities because I'm like I got too many to balance as is, and so. It's another thing. In elementary school, you had you had more time on your hands.
Oh my god, so much time. Like a crazy amount of time. Was school shorter? Sometimes. I feel like it wasn't. There were a lot of like early days.
But Tracy, we're stepping out of elementary school and stepping into middle school.
Yeah.
What was your middle school experience like?
I went to the same school for like the end of elementary into the start of middle school. So like I don't remember, like third, maybe like fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, because it was a private school, so they did like a more extended range. And sixth and seventh grade were fine because it was the same school, and like I hated eighth grade. That's when I went to a new school. I went to, I didn't like it. I didn't like it because like coming in at eighth grade, everybody's already friends from like sixth and seventh grade. It's really hard to make friends.
Yeah.
And also, I just moved to a new state. And I already didn't like it because I didn't want to leave California. I hated middle school. I thought it was the worst. Some people are like, no, high school is the worst. No, I hated middle school. I didn't like learning anything. I didn't like anything we were learning. No. Not everyone's figured out deodorant yet. That's exhausting.
No, I agree. Middle school was not, looking back, middle school was not fun. I think I didn't really think about it that much when I was in middle school. But it's like the first time you like become like a person and you're not a child. Like you're still a child, but it's like you're like don't think you're a child. It's like the first time you really feel like you're a real person.
And it's the like more heightened, like awful version of the problem we were talking about in elementary school, where everything feels so important. Now that problem's even worse, and your brain is more developed. And things are going on to where you can now have anxiety about it and not just a meltdown. You could have persistent bad feelings instead of getting it all out with one big cry. And
it's less okay to cry.
Yes, because now you worry about what everybody is thinking.
But you don't have the coping skills to deal with any emotion, and
No,
so everything was just like
Middle school was the absolute worst, and also everything I remember that was like all of like the trend things I thought were so annoying. Fidget spinners were fun, and then they got taken away.
Yeah.
At my school, did they get taken away in 8th grade? I remember they got taken away pretty quick.
I think they did. I think
They
maybe
were
they
banned.
did.
A lot of things were banned.
In middle school, the big thing for us was yo-yos.
Oh, really?
And let me say this, not to brag, I was one of the better yo-yoers in the school.
I knew you would be. I knew. Look at this guy. I knew he could yo-yo.
I think there was a period of time where I had the record for the longest stall, which is when you have the yo-yo at the bottom spinning, then you can pop it back. But I had a long stall.
You think you still got it?
With the right equipment, I do. I'm a little rusty, right? That's what they say, is you're a little rusty, but I think with the right equipment, I could get back into it pretty quickly.
We're gonna get you a quality yo-yo, and we're gonna watch you spin. We're gonna watch you spin. I don't remember yo-yos. I remember fidget spinners. I remember bottle flipping so much all the time.
Were you a good bottle
But I
flipper?
liked. Oh yeah, that was good. I still am. I still whip
Me
out the
too.
skills every now and then. I'm not gonna lie. It's still fun. Like it's still
Now-
fun.
I am going to jump forward a little bit in time. This would be our freshman year of college. One of my most cherished memories is me, you, and our buddy
Yeah.
Brody. It was end of freshman year. We're in our buddy Brody's room. It was like 2 rooms. And we had a Martinelli's bottle. And I think it was you, partially full Martinelli's bottle full of water. And it's like 11 o'clock at night, and you go bottle flip, and you toss it up, and it lands on the ground, and it shatters. And the next day, we spent so long trying to get another bottle to do that, so we could catch it on video, and it did not break.
No, literally, we slammed bottles into the ground and it would not break. I don't know how I did that it must have landed on like a rock so
Uh-huh.
perfectly or something. That's the only explanation. No, I think about that. Like there's some moments in life where I'm like, man, I wish there was a video of this. But genuinely, I wish there was a video of that so much. It makes me laugh every single time thinking back on it.
Because it was just perfect, because you go bottle flip, and instantly it shatters.
And I feel like I also said something about like it won't break. Like it's gonna
Uh-huh.
be fine. Like I
Yeah.
feel like we were talking about how strong it was before I did it or something like
Uh-huh.
that because we were pretty confident it would not break and
No.
we were right every other time.
But yeah, no, I think I've gotten better with bottle flipping with age. I think that's something that's come to me more with age. I was not great at the time, but nowadays I've got a good hit rate.
Were they bottle flipping at your middle school on the roof? That was a big thing of mine is trying to flip it up onto the roof.
No, we
And
would have
have it
gotten in
land
trouble if we
straight up.
did that.
Oh, they got in trouble, but they still did it. There was a lot going on.
I think
I just remembered something. I'm unlocking things.
Mhm.
In middle school, I got to be an office aide, and that was my favorite thing. You get to answer phones
Mhm.
and help file things. I got to put people's paychecks in their little mailbox. It was the most fun. You got to run things to classes,
Uh-huh.
like notes and stuff.
Office
was
aid
really
was an elective for us. I never did office aid. I took puppetry, I took rock band, I did circus arts. I stayed in the performance sector.
Yeah, this is a very circus core performance sector. Interesting.
I took cooking in middle school, and that was fun.
Oh, I did that too.
Yeah.
I didn't like my cooking.
I
class,
did
but
like the thing I liked about middle school is it was the start of the different teachers for different classes, and I
Yes.
love that when you're not stuck with one teacher. And I think that's good for younger kids to be in one room with one person. But like once you start unlocking class periods, it's a game changer.
Yeah, that was nice. But then also potential for not so good.
Yeah.
But that's important to learn.
But if you didn't have
how to
if
navigate
you had a
that.
bad teacher, you would get out of that class in 90 minutes, and then you could go to hopefully a good teacher.
Yeah. I don't remember too many bad teachers though. I feel like I liked a lot of my middle
I
school
can think of a
teachers.
few.
Middle school was I'm not gonna name
I
names,
can
but
think of
there's
a few.
there's a list for sure. Also, I feel like middle school is when I like it because at my other school, because I switched in 8th grade and it was my first public school like that because I'd gone to Catholic school for a
Mhm.
really long time, which explains a lot about a lot, but we don't have time for that. And like PE or whatever before and all of those times was just like go run around in this field, like do whatever, I don't know,
Mhm.
just do whatever and run with God. And then when I went to this other school, it was like actual PE
Yeah.
with like I don't remember what it's called, the gymnasium.
Yeah, Jim.
And I did not like that
Yeah.
because I was very still am very short, and people love to point that out, especially in a physical based environment.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not enjoy that at all. And gym teachers, hey, represent. Gym teachers are crazy. First of all, a gym teacher is either going to be the most overweight person you've ever seen or the most well-muscled older man you've ever seen. There's no in between.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your two options. And why was there a whistle? Why did there ever need to be? We can hear you because
Like
you're always yelling. You're always yelling. And like, we don't need the whistle. We're all indoors. We don't need that. And I remember... Did you actually play dodgeball? I remember that being a big deal when like you couldn't do dodgeball anymore.
So I did dodgeball when I was going back to elementary school. We did a dodgeball tournament, and let me tell you this: I got a grievance with this. I was on one of the best teams in the tournament because it was like a school sanctioned tournament where it was like lunch. They like did like a whole bracket. I was on the second best team, easily talent wise, in the tournament. And we got matched up against, so it was like a group of like 4th and 5th graders. I was probably in 4th grade at the time, and I was on that team.
Yeah.
Because it was not because of my skill per se, it was more so because of my connections and my friends at the time.
My connections.
We got matched up against a team of exclusively like the most athletic 6th graders. Which, if you don't remember, the difference between 5th and 6th grade is probably the biggest age gap you could have for a year. And we got killed. And we got eliminated from the tournament round 1.
Oh, that ain't right.
And we shouldn't have. We should have been better. And so...
That ain't right.
But no, in middle school, in PE, we never did dodgeball. We did a game called Mushroom Ball, which was like individual dodgeball.
Yeah, I remember a lot of things that were dodgeball that couldn't be called dodgeball.
Dodgeball adjacent.
See, in my class... We're going to play dodgeball the old way, all right? The tough way.
Red rubber balls.
Red. You get a big red rubber ball and you hook it. You're whipping it at your friends and neighbors. And you're aiming for the head. And you're hoping to make contact. And you're hoping to make contact.
You're aiming for the kid you don't like.
I'm
I'm aiming for the kids I don't like.
You want that ring, that rubbery ring of rubber on flesh.
In middle school, we had those like foam, like fake leather balls, and those things stung. I mean, people would whip those so hard. And
I remember those.
Ooh.
Eventually, because it got way too aggressive, we got downgraded to like foam balls. But people still found a way to really get some damage. We just got closer.
Yeah, just got closer.
I liked dodgeball a lot because I got to take out some aggression, and I think that's important. I think that's important in life.
Well, Tracy, for me, I'm walking across the street. For you, you're moving to a new town. And we are just, at this point, months away from meeting each other as we enter high school.
Yes.
This is the first time we went to school together.
Yes, this is a very special era for us. A young love blooms. You know, Mark and I really are high school sweethearts in a way. In a way, I think we are. In the way that we've never kissed, but we've done far more intimate things. Like this.
But high school was not as bad as middle school for me. And I feel like it wasn't as bad for you. We built like a really solid like community in high school. Our group, we had a good group.
Well, what we did is we made connections. Okay, and it's important to build a team.
We networked.
As you know, and we networked, and we got in there and we did the work, and we made the friends, and it pays off. It pays off to know people and talk to people and make those connections.
But it felt like high school, especially for like us, was the first time we got to start anything in this sphere of like. I think it was like the first time I realized I enjoyed comedy, rather than like I enjoyed comedy. And I wasn't funny then, and some people would say I'm not funny now. But I realized I wanted to be funny. And
you were going to give it the old try, and you have been.
We tried. We really tried. We wrote some interesting scripts.
Don't even get me started on... That's another thing, too. It's really hard to look back on these times. I don't know if you are a person like me, but I... am plagued with I can't remember, anything that happened today, but I can give you pretty much probably every single embarrassing moment middle through high school. that I did, and I could probably give them to you in chronological order.
Mhm.
I
That's next week's episode. We're skipping the power positive hour.
Oh my, I know logically no one remembers them,
Mm-hmm.
but I am plagued with that. And did this connect to what you were saying, or did I not connect it yet?
I mean, it hasn't connected yet, but I will say the issue with this is that these scripts and like these like really embarrassing, not funny things that we wrote still exist, and we both still have access to it.
And then you brought it home for me. That's what I was gonna connect it with. Is that it's really embarrassing to look back on certain things in particular in the visual medium, things that took more time and that we were more confident in,
And things that we that we talked about.
and well, let's, because
You know, it's funny because we both have these our own versions of let's talk about it in our head, and I've talked to people who also went to school and have rewatched those videos since then, and they go, they still hold up. But I feel like I could not go back and rewatch one of those videos.
I never have in its entirety. I will say though, I do in theory stand by some things that I do specifically remember where I still think back and I'm like, that was hilarious. We were so fun. We were so ahead of our time, really.
I do think the last episode that we did, and it's the only one that I was like properly in, but I think we did some like we had some like really funny bits in that.
Yeah.
That one I remember specifically.
I do remember being proud of them consistently,
Mhm.
like improving, and I do think I remember the last one being my favorite because I remember we had deviated so far from news. We were
Mhm.
done even trying to have the illusion that we wanted to do anything but just make videos on school time. It
Mhm.
wasn't even on school time. We ended up staying so late because we couldn't get anything done in a reasonable amount of time.
The last one we
my
shot
gosh.
on spring break. We got in on spring. We went into the school on spring break to shoot.
That's right. I know. I remember my mom literally being like, "And you're not getting credit for this? Like, are you getting
That last one was
are
just
you getting
for the
paid?"
joy of the game.
And she was so valid for that because I spent so much time doing that when I should have been studying
Mhm.
or maybe getting a job. But no, this was more important. We had a story to tell. And who's to say if that story holds up? Some people say so, and I'm just going to trust that they're right. And 'cause I'm not
That
checking.
is like the thing. Okay, I totally had a point and then it was gone. But I remember another thing. Moving on. One of the things I remember from high school is me and you. We used to listen to stand-up comedy records sitting on a couch before school, and we would sync up our phones to play it at the same time.
Oh my god, we would sync up so many things and listen to them, and oh my god, we would watch things. I remember
In study lab when we were sitting at a group projects table and the teacher did not care that we were so clearly not doing school.
Should we tell this story? Should we tell the story of how we met, dear? I don't know what you would I don't know what I would consider our first meeting. Because we knew of each other for quite some time because you were a part of you talk.
Yeah, so we had a mutual friend. So you were friends with a person named Cassidy, and I was friends with Cassidy. And I knew you two were good friends, and I always thought you were like really cool, and I was like, I got to be friends with that guy.
Oh, shucks, you're the only one.
And I remember there was one time, our second semester, we had a bunch of classes together, and we were both in a class called Medieval STEM. And I remember thinking, this is my shot to become friends with this guy. And then you dropped out of that class. And I was like, oh my God.
That's so funny. I don't think you ever told me that.
I don't think I have.
No, day one I hated that class. I couldn't stand it. But we had another class together immediately.
I remember our A days, we had I think we had every class together.
That's true, but didn't I transfer into like we had a Vietnam class?
No, we took a World War II class together.
That's right, I had Vietnam right before that. I had Vietnam and then World War II. I don't know, I think wars are very interesting, but it is very strange looking back how many classes we had just around a war. And it was back to back, same guy, obviously, we didn't have multiple war teachers. And it was the exact same layout for both. It started with a movie and then another movie and then a show maybe and then the same like projects exactly. So I remember I'd have to be doing double the work of like looking at all these wars. But we had World War II. That's right.
Yeah. But I think like the first time that I was like, oh, this guy's like like we became friends, it was in a math class that was so big they'd split us up into 2 sections.
Yes.
And on this fated day in late January, we both had to give book presentations, and we were the last 2 people, and we both did presentations on Stephen King books. And Tracy picked one of his favorite books that he loved, and he did a great job presenting it. And I picked a book that I did not read, and I did not do a good presentation on. And I remember the teacher told me, it's a shame you had to go after Tracy. And I remember thinking, okay, maybe I don't want to be friends with this guy, because he killed my grade. Really, I had killed my grade by not reading the book. And then later that day, we got in the same group in math, and it was a group where I didn't know anyone. I was like, I guess I'll sit next to this dude. I kind of know him. And from there, it all started.
Yeah, I feel like we instantly, and then I remember too, like I didn't even realize how many classes we had together until that day. And then the next day, like I was like, oh yeah, me and that guy were talking in math, so I'll talk to him now. And then I was like, oh wait, and then he's here again and again and again.
Yeah, and then we just kind of started sitting next to each other and playing Fortnite, and the rest is history. A lot of history is online that you can see, watch and listen to.
Don't look those up. But what was I going to say? Oh. Yeah, I remember study lab specifically. We were watching the Olympics because those were going on.
The Winter
and
Olympics.
We were real into it. And someone hit a triple something, and we were very excited.
But that's also study lab is where we started. We would watch a lot of old SNL.
Oh yeah, and we would try and do that thing where you have to hide that you're laughing. And like we would be like bursting blood vessels, trying not like to stay quiet. And at least give the illusion that we were working, even though the teacher in charge of it knew exactly what we were doing.
Yeah.
But we got all our work done. We didn't have anything to do.
No, we were both good students, so it didn't really matter.
You and I both, I think, had a very similar mentality on that kind of work, where we were like, let's just get it done.
Yeah.
While we're thinking about it, and then the fun comes, and it did.
Yeah.
And it did with us. And
we're running out of time, so I think. Unless you have any major things for high school, we can jump into college.
I guess my last thing for high school is, again, not that anyone that listening is probably in high school or whatever, but I guess this is sort of evergreen advice, and I wish that I did it at this time, is just stop caring what people think. I feel like if you can not care about what people think in high school, you could truly do it anywhere. And I wish that I had listened to older, wiser people who had been like, you don't have to care about what other people think. And I was like, no, I do. I'm right and you're wrong. And I wish that I did, because you really don't have to, and life gets so much better when you don't. And I'm still working on that for sure, 100%. I'm definitely am not healed or whatever, but I am just saying. I feel like if in high school, if you could do it there, you really could for the rest of your life.
I mean,
not
care. I think tagging onto that is just like be yourself more so.
Yes,
which is me and you did not call each other friends for like 2 years of us knowing each other and being best friends. Like we were talking like all the time, like
literally every spare second, basically. No wonder people thought we were dating.
And we just would not, because we were like. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why. But just like, it's okay to be like things and like people.
Yeah, literally, you don't have to pretend, and genuinely once you stop pretending about anything, like liking or disliking anything, it gets so much better. It gets so much more relaxing.
And friendships get better.
Literally, that's the other thing too, is when you are honest about like, I don't like that thing, or this is something I'm really into. Like, people don't just get scared away. No. Like that oftentimes makes you more interesting in you being different. And again, I'm still learning about all. I'm just learning about this stuff. It's just coming across my desk, but I really feel like that's where people let that take over a lot. Like I feel like it starts in middle school, but I feel like high school especially, because you have more independence and you can go and drive yourself and go hang out with more people and worry about other people hanging out without you
And
blah, blah,
social
blah.
media and just like everything.
Yes, exactly. So I feel like it heightens there, and I feel
Mhm.
like that's where you can sometimes get trapped in a mentality that you can carry forward in life.
Yeah. Moving on, me and you then take the 2.5 hour drive south, and we move in together in college.
Yeah, we took the big step. We finally moved in
We
together.
got bunk beds.
We got bunk beds. It seemed the most practical. Oh my
Um,
god, I forgot we were at bunk beds. I had to climb up into bed every night, which sounded so much more fun as an idea when it felt like summer camp. And then
Well, you
when
were
you're
like,
trying
you
to
were instantly like, I'll take the top bunk, and I was like, cool, perfect with me.
Yeah, and we both were like score, but you were the only one who was correct about it because climbing up there was so, oh my gosh, when you were sick or hypothetically hungover, it was never ever a good feeling. It was exhausting, or when you had to pee in the middle of the night.
Mhm.
No, too much.
College was like, in my opinion, the best version of school.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, it was so much fun because we lived with our best friends, and we didn't have class 7 hours a day. Like, we would pop around for class. My main advice for college is to just do things, kind of tagging on to the don't care what people think. Go do school events. One of the
Yeah.
most fun nights of college was when we actually did serpentine and bonfire and like the whole homecoming thing our senior year. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I wish I would have done this every year.
No, literally. Well, that's why I was saying too about like your attitude carrying forward is because I went in to college with this attitude of like worrying about other things and whatever, and that stopped me from doing so many cool things freshman year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, you can't limit yourself. Go out and do things. No, literally, that's the biggest. And I feel like we both kind of had similar things where like we didn't for a long time, and then we were like, wow, we're at the end of this.
Yeah.
Let's go do things. And also, we had more friends.
Yeah. But no, I loved college. I really did. It was people say the best years of your life, and I don't know if that's true, but it certainly was some very fun years.
Yeah, I hope not the best. Like
Yeah.
they were fun, but like best, I don't know.
Another fun thing that we both did, I thought it was fun, but student media was great.
Yeah.
There was obviously a lot of downsides to student media, but I think student media is really where we got to finally make something where we didn't have to pretend it was something else to do. Because up until that point,
Yeah.
everything we had to pretend it was under a guise of news or journalism or something. And we were finally able to make a show that was just stupid, which is carried on to whatever this is.
Wherever we are.
But yeah, I mean, that's the only reason I became station manager, was to let myself do a show like that.
Yeah, college was a lot of fun because it allows you to explore the things that you can in high school too, but I feel like college gives you a lot more tools to explore the things that you learn you're interested in high school.
Yeah. And like
And
you
develop
just
a
have
deeper
more
appreciation for it.
independence.
Yeah. And I remember the first couple weeks always felt like summer camp when you come back.
And you like don't have like classes or anything. It's like warm out.
Yeah, I loved college. I so much so in fact I'm going back. Sometimes I am like I'm glad overall that I did it because we had the opportunity to do college time in high school, which was great. But sometimes I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to do all 4 years.
Yeah, I feel the same. I wouldn't be where I am if I hadn't done that time before.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so I'm very grateful. I'm very happy with where I'm at in life. But I do one of my regrets is if I had done 4 years, I would have done a year abroad. And I would have loved to do that.
Me too. I wonder if I haven't even looked into that. If that's something that I could do, I would have.
Imagine that,
I do think about that a lot.
the Lord knows we would pick the same place to go abroad, so we could continue doing stuff together. Me and you in another country.
Oh my god, no! I do really wish we had done that. I don't feel like our program had a lot of abroad programs. I remember like one main. I'm sure there were more than one, but I remember the main one being Prague.
Yeah, they did a summer in Prague. You got to do a summer in Prague, and you just got to do whatever project you wanted.
We were such idiots. We should have gone.
We should have. We really should have.
All right. Well, now you and I just have to do it on our own. We have to
Yeah.
spend a summer in Prague.
I've always said, me and you have never traveled. We have not really hung out outside of Idaho. I think
It's
we
true.
would be great traveling buddies, me and you.
I think so
You
too.
know.
I definitely see us as like vacation friends,
I think
as
so.
people who have we're couples. We travel together. You and I are the couple, of course,
Mhm.
and we go on trips together. I totally see that for us because I think we would travel very well together.
I think so. Well, it's
You
'cause
like
you're
traveling?
I like being in places. I don't love the act of traveling.
See, that's how I am. If I could just skip, I mean, what a unique perspective to skip the whole. But like,
Can I
if
go
I could,
back
yeah.
and so you said like we would travel well together. If I could go back in time and take us back to high school, if I could make a joke that you might not like. We would travel
find
well together
out.
because you're so short you'd fit in a suitcase. Boom.
That's true.
No.
That's true.
I don't think you'd fit
See,
in a
we've-
suitcase.
It depends on the suitcase.
I felt
A-
bad
like a
making that
checked one?
joke. I felt bad.
I like them if they're funny, and that one was funny.
All right, cool. I don't feel bad anymore.
The kids in middle school were
Guilt.
funny.
Absorb. Guilt gone.
About everything, really.
So then we graduate college and now we're here. You're going back to school. I'm graduated, as you can see by the gown. And so good luck going back to school if you're a teacher. Most I feel like anyone who's listening to this would be a teacher. I don't think most kids are watching this.
We're big
I
with
guess
educators.
Friends in college could, but I don't know.
Anyone could be a teacher.
That's true. Teacher's always been my backup career. I'm not
Like,
even.
yeah,
I think I'd be a good teacher.
I think you would be a fantastic teacher for sure.
I just I don't make a lot of money now, and it's possible I never make a lot of money, but I like the concept of possibly being able to make a lot of money, you know?
Boy, that would be neat, wouldn't it? That'd make a lot of
Um,
stuff real cool, real fast.
Tracy, as we're closing out, what media recommendations do you have for people as they go back to school?
Oh, well, I don't know about going back to school. If this has anything to do with school. I don't want to associate this with school. I don't want to make claims about education, okay, Mark? That's not what we're in the business in. But I've been watching a little show called The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow lately, and it's such a unique idea. Like it's so cool. It's as a reality show. Like the whole thing is set up as a reality show about her, who's making her come back to TV because she was a big sitcom star in the 90s and she's coming back. And each season so far, the third one's coming out this year, has been a full decade apart. So each season has actually had enough time for her to be like a comeback. And I'm only on season 1. I just finished it. But it's so good, and it is probably the best, like, or the most enjoyable, like, I don't know what you would call it, like cringe comedy, where you're like, ooh, stop doing that, like The Office and stuff like that. This is probably my favorite example of it ever, because it feels so real, because sometimes those situations feel like so extra, where you're like, okay, this is a lot, but this one feels so real, and you're like, I've seen a million people do this, and they're making it so much more uncomfortable. And anyway, it's a really cool show, and I like the idea of them doing it every 10 years. I don't know how much say they had in actually planning that out, but
I think I've heard of that one, and I'd like to watch it. My recommendation is just live music in general. I went to a concert last night. I saw Rainbow Kitten Surprise, which is also another recommendation. Listen to their music. But live, like, I forgot how much fun going to a concert is. I haven't done a lot of concerts. I know you haven't done a lot of concerts. But every time I go, I'm like, man, this is awesome.
it's so fun. I love them.
We both got to do Tree Fort, which for us was, we were working during it. But, like, those, like, moments where you could just, like, stand in a show and enjoy it.
Yeah, I wasn't doing like pictures or anything, so for the most part, after interviews were done, which were before and after, I did just get to watch.
Yeah. I was a big bag. I was holding bags for people. The actual
I was holding
photographers.
I was the bag man, but no, concerts are a lot of fun. I would like to go to more, but in order for that to happen, they're gonna have to make them cheaper. Okay, they're ridiculous.
But yeah, just live music as a whole. As a concept, that's my recommendation.
Yes, go listen to music.
But yeah, Tracy, it's unfortunate because we're wrapping up our time here. But before we do, we've been struggling with same brain.
This was how many? No, because we redeemed ourselves.
We
but then we
did.
got it again. We
And
missed
then
it
we
again.
missed it last week, so we're gonna just try to get back at it like a crack addict and try to get back on the horse, I guess. 2,
2,
1,
1.
nose.
Pencil nose.
Okay, this should be. I think we can do this, Tracy.
Oh my god, I hate when you say that. Pencil
I
nose.
believe. Come on. Mine is. I'll admit, mine's a little abstract, Tracy. So. But I trust.
So then why are you telling me that I need to get it? Okay, fine. 3,
I trust you. 2,
2,
1.
1.
Sharpener.
Eraser.
Mm.
Oh,
I
okay.
had those pencil nose sharpeners.
See, no, yeah, okay, that's a smart one. I just thought of eraser. I don't know why. It was
Okay,
just the first thing, and I was like, maybe he had the same. Eraser, sharpener.
I think I got it.
What? Eraser, sharpener?
I think I got it.
Oh my gosh. I think it's fully my fault that we've been doing so bad lately. I feel I'm.
You've been under the weather. I'll
I've
give
been
you a pass.
It's true. I'm coming up on 2 months now of whatever this is. I'm getting real worried. Something bad's brewing.
Something evil's brewing. I think I got it.
I'm sure that you do.
I think you need to get there with me.
I'm trying, Mark. What do you think I'm doing this on purpose?
Hey.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to fill the time while you think. I'm trying to fill the time while you think.
Okay,
I don't want to
I'm
make
ready.
any more
Fine, I'm
edits than I
ready.
have to. Okay, you got ready? 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Supply.
Crayon. Supply.
I was going like
See,
school
I think
supplies.
I think very literal with these words. I think maybe that's my problem. Is I think of like objects, but it doesn't have to be just objects.
Okay, I've got supply.
Crayon supply. I got something else.
This is the last one, so 3, 2, 1.
1.
Marker.
Colored pencil. Oh, we were so close.
Yes. Oh man.
Oh,
Wow. That is a
that
bummer.
should count for like a quarter. Or
That's
something.
like a yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Remember, 2 weeks from now, the Positivity Hour. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. Send in your don't even get me started. Follow us on social media. Whatever. I don't care. I
No,
do
we
care.
care.
Follow us on social media.
Come on.
Like
We
the
care.
post, comment. We care about you guys. But until next time, goodbye.